Am I right for home birth?
Can I really do this? Am I really made for this? Not only are you birthing your baby, you're rebirthing yourself.
And what if the pain is too intense for me? What are my options?
So the goal for labor and delivery is for mom to be loosey juicy. Dad was like, wait, what does that mean?
Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us either as your first time or as a returning viewer. We hope you caught part one where we drop some serious knowledge, you guys, on home births. And this time we go even deeper with our special guest, Miss AnneLisa Vallery, a full spectrum doula. Y'all, there was nothing off limits. Don't forget to click subscribe.
What should I think about when I'm actually preparing my home?
First things first, space. Space is important. The pool that the midwife will either drop off or that you order, I'm loosely guessing. I think that's about 6 feet wide. And so that pool is pretty big. And then you want to have clearance all the way around the pool so that any direction you choose to go in your labor and delivery, either your doula, your midwife, the assistant, or your partner can support you. And so it's important to have clearance all the way around the pool, and not the clearance where you're like, "Ooh, okay, I can squeeze through here." None of that. Not for these types of experiences. You really want a wide clearance around the pool. You also want to consider pets. How many pets do you have? Do you have cats, dogs, snakes, frogs, tortoises? Who's caring for the pets while you move through this journey? And who is also tending, not only tending to the pets, caring for the pets, but also because they're going to feel this is an energetic experience. They're going to feel all the things. And so they may be responding or expressing what's coming through for them. And so who's tending to them? Who's consoling them? Who's comforting them? Maybe not the snake or the frog or the tortoise, but the dogs and the cats, that would definitely be a thing. Do you have other children? How do you want your other children to be involved in this process? Now, I say that with caution because you also want to consider those children do need to be cared for. I recommend having a person or maybe a couple of people who are there tending to your children, because you also want to give the midwife or OB, if you're having twins, you want to give them the space to be with you as you journey through your labor and delivery process. And so kids, while very curious and wanting to be involved, you also want to honor the medical professional in the room who is delivering your baby. And so,
Real
and that's, and that's a conversation, right? That's a conversation you get to have with your OB, you get to have with the midwife, and to see what their comfort level is in having your other children either be in the room or just in the home. I don't know that there's a need to send the children out of the home.
Mhm.
And what I do recommend is having someone in the home who is tending to the children, making sure that they are getting everything that they need as they also journey through this process. We talked about
I
tampons.
like that. And also determining what exposure you want your children to have, right?
Mhm.
Because birth is a process. It is, depending on how the perspective of the child is, they may be scared of the process, especially if there are groans and moans, the visualization of mom in pain. So you want to understanding your children and how they perceive things, make that this decision as to what is a healthy boundary for that child. Can I say I love the part that you brought up about this being an energy process, and we all know that pets are very intuitive. Animals are very intuitive,
Absolutely.
and they may be moaning just as loud as you are. Okay.
Absolutely. Although we're not trying to create competition, you may have some
Right.
in
But
your.
I love that I have never heard anyone really paid attention to the fact that animals are also can be experiencing the process with you. I love that, especially if they're really in tune to their owners. Yeah, they're connected. Yeah,
Mhm.
it can be a journey for them as well.
The other thing you want to remember, you want to keep in mind is that 6 foot, what I'm estimating to be a 6 foot wide diameter pool, you
Mhm.
have to fill it. So where in your home are you filling it from? Is it a bath? Is it a hose that you're attaching to your shower head, to the sink? Like you got to fill that that tub, and then that same water then also gets to be disposed once, baby is here. And so
The
that's a
logistics.
right, that's a really and how easy is it going to be to attach the hose to whatever water source you're choosing and bring it to the pool? uh,
Yes. I'm glad that you're highlighting that because it's these logistics that can sometimes be challenging if they're not addressed. Or other questions that people tend to ask about. Can I eat? I'm managing my pain. And what if the pain is too intense for me? What are my options?
so can you eat? Yes. It is only so in the hospital setting, once you receive an epidural, that is the time that you cannot eat. But in a home birth setting, typically the midwife is not managing pain. It is something that your doula or your partner is supporting you through with different laboring positions, that it's not about getting rid of the pain, because that's part of the transformation. And it is about, bringing comfort to you so that you can navigate the different surges as they begin to intensify as you move through the different stages of labor. And so your doula, your partner, or maybe someone else that you have in the room would be supporting you with that. And that is for the clients that I have supported, like that does make a difference. And you can't be in your surge and thinking of when is baby going to get here. That's not going to be as
I was
effective
going to ask
as
you
you would
that.
like.
I was going to ask you that. So some people are kind of surprised at how quickly or how long this can take. So how do we manage the time factor?
It really depends. As a doula, I'm supporting clients in, making sure that the state that your labor is continuing to progress. As long as your labor is continuing to progress, we're good. And so we're good, and we're also assessing other things. So we're changing positions every 20 to 30 minutes. We are trying different laboring positions. We're using, I'm having you lie in different positions to really, we're having you sit on a ball, do hip circles, hip swings. We're having you dance. It's a mix of the movement and flexibility to also, signify to baby, hey, it's time. And it's also, bringing the fun, the joy, while also keeping things moving, right? Keeping things moving is a really, really good practice. Walking, doing what I call the curb walk, is also really great for, and if you don't know what the curb walk is, it's basically, you're outside and your one foot is on the curb, one foot is on the street, and you're walking like that. So you're up, down, up, down, up, down. That movement is really, really great to support labor and moving forward. And so they're different, and every doula will have a different knowledge of like what movements will support you in progressing your labor. Here's what I will say about labor. Labor is a deep surrender process. Remember, you got to let go. There's nothing for you to be concerned about. Everything is inward for you. And so the deeper you can surrender and trust your body and trust your baby, you won't be focused on time. You'll be focused on your body, your baby, and just one breath at a time, one surge at a time, until baby decides to make their entrance.
I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you talked about just really the selection factor, like who is this appropriate for from the medical perspective. Knowing how we are as individuals, not everyone is a match for a home birth, right? And we know because we know ourselves. I should ask myself in my decision making, is this the right match for me, essentially, outside of my medical history?
So you want to look at your pain capacity. I'm not gonna lie, it is painful. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And so my belief is birth is a transformative experience. Not only are you birthing your baby, you're rebirthing yourself. So you're going in your labor and in your delivery, you're going to hit your, what I'm going to call your growing edge. And that growing edge.
I'm stealing that term, by the way.
All good.
I've called it other things, not a growing edge. So I'm stealing that term.
It is your growing edge. So once you get to that growing edge and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can do this, that's your opportunity to really transform the circumstance and really commit to bringing your baby earthside. Because it is that growing edge. It does have this. I've had clients who will reclude, who are like, no, 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 I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. That's exactly the space that you get to go through.
Oh, that's so powerful.
To
I had to stop on that moment. That was so powerful. Okay. It's true. It really is that moment, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that moment, what may be going through your head is, can I really do this? Can I really do this? Am I really made for this? Maybe I don't want this. All of the questions go through your head. And you get to really focus on, what is it that I want? What is it that I'm committed to? Because the moment you commit to bringing your baby earthside, they will come on through.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
Mm-hmm.
waiting for your yes. They're
Mm-hmm.
waiting for your surrender. They're waiting for your commitment to push through or push beyond that growing edge of pain.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. That is such a beautiful description of this very hard, difficult process, but it really is a beautiful transition. And I think you captured it beautifully. Just such pearls of wisdom, AnneLisa.
Thank
Such
you.
pearls of wisdom. Is there any final message you will want for that mom who's out there contemplating whether or not this is the right selection for her? How would you advise her to go about making this final decision? Or how would you encourage her in this journey?
So trust your intuition, follow that. It is okay if you feel scared or you're not sure if you can do it. It's okay, and it's very normal. Birth is a transformative journey. It doesn't matter if it's your first or your 10th. Every birth is its own individual journey. With each birth, whether it's your first or your 10th, with each birth, it is its own transformative experience. And so trust your intuition, trust your body, even if you have the fear that you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can do this, and your intuition is guiding you that way, just check it out. Check it out. The most of the midwives that I know offer a consult, and so I say consult with an OB and consult with a midwife. It's because you get two very sometimes complementary aspects of what is available, the options that are available to you. And so I always recommend consult with both. But really
Interview them also.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so if you're feeling scared, mama, it's okay.
I love that. Normalizing that.
It is okay, because as you birth this child, this baby, you rebirth yourself. And in that rebirth, there is a facet, an aspect, or an old version of you that dies away. So give yourself the space and the grace to grieve that loss as you rebirth yourself as a new mom. And it really doesn't matter if it's your first or your 15th. You're rebirthed as a mom.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. It's because it really is just a glorious process. I loved all the pearls. I mean, everything that you've shared, every single pearl. Make sure, I hope y'all are out there writing down notes. And if not for yourself, make sure you share this video with everybody that's contemplating childbirth and trying to make these decisions. Please keep in mind some things to really highlight. Be intentional about your home birth and your home birth decision making. Intentional from who's going to be in the room, who's not going to be in the room. Intentional.
With that one, so what I tell all my clients, when you think about who's in the room, beyond the medical professionals, the licensed professionals, the supportive doula, midwife, OB, beyond those, family and friends, the rule that I have for my clients is I only want you to have the people in the room that you feel comfortable having sex in front of.
Oh, well, that cancels a whole lot of people.
And so
the door is shut.
Because it makes it very clear.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
So I will never forget my clients were laughing at me when I was like, listen, same way baby was made is the same way baby comes out. So the goal for labor and delivery is for mom to be loosey juicy. Dad was like, wait, what does that mean? I know, you know exactly what that means.
Right?
So it is, and all of those hormones and those good feelings, all of the juices that were flowing when baby was made, that's also what gets to be created as a sensual experience for mom to give birth in.
Listen, don't give them too much because we're going to have another talk about that. Okay. We're going to have another discussion about that, about the people who are packing their roses. You know who you are. We're going to talk more about what AnneLisa is hinting towards. Okay. But you're right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And so now that you've gotten all these pearls of wisdom from AnneLisa, I hope you are taking notes. I hope you are sharing this video with your friends, with your girlfriends, with your sister friend, with your coworker, whomever that you think need this information, because our goal is really for people to make safe decisions for themselves, the right decision for themselves. Part of what it means to make the right decision for yourself is having the information that you need to know the pluses, the minuses, the plan, the things you should be processing, because no one really tells us this. You know, people just kind of assume that you intuitively know all this stuff without giving you the information you need. So that's really our purpose for this conversation today, that AnneLisa just completely laid out everything from A to Z. Because we want to make sure the right people are choosing the right birthing option for them, because there are risks and there are benefits. So we know that 1/4 of home births are unplanned or have no intention of having a professional in the room. Those are the births that are associated with higher risk and poorer outcomes. So if you want the best outcome, you want to take all these steps and actually plan and be intentional about your home birth. And also I love that AnneLisa just emphasized just the ceremonial part about birth. We don't really talk about that part as much. And it's equally important, the spiritual process and the spiritual aspect of transitioning through this new birth, this new life that you're having. So AnneLisa, if they want to grab some more pearls that you are dropping and they want to pick them up,
yes.
How can they find you?
So on Instagram, I am at Cosmic Mothering. Cosmic Mothering is the name of my company. Feel free to reach out to me there. Otherwise, reach out to me via email at hello@cosmicmothering.com. And Cosmic Mothering is spelled just like it sounds. COSMICMOTHERING.
There you have it. You know how to find her. You know she's going to be dropping some more information for you, and make sure you come back for the other conversation we're going to have. Okay.
Yes.
That is the conversation that needs to be had also. Okay. So I am Dr. T, the hand behind the handle of Healthy Bump Club right here on YouTube. And also happy to be the hand behind the handle of Healthy Bump Club on Instagram at Healthy Bump Club. We thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to enjoy this. We have over 100, almost heading towards 200 videos of just information from women of color. Okay. Because we let you have it. Okay. So make sure you check out those videos. And if you like them, if you like this video, make sure you comment, like, and share. And always don't forget to subscribe. We see you guys when? Next episode. And